A few years ago, the Hanover family booked a camper van, hit the open road and headed north. It wasn't something we had done before, and so we were full of excitement at the prospect of exploring a new part of Scotland in an actual camper van, a real life proper road trip. And it didn't disappoint. The scenery was stunning, the roads were clear, and the freedom to just park up, put the kettle on and set the boys off up the nearest hill was perfect. Highly recommended. But it wasn't without disappointment. It came on the second day as we drove along the northernmost part of the country. Before setting off from Thurso to head west, I noticed that en route we would be passing Ben Hope, the most northerly Munro, don't you know. But of more interest to me was that we were due to pass through a small village called Hope. I was intrigued and couldn't help wondering what it would be like to live in a place called Hope. And so my disappointment arose from the fact that somehow, despite there only being one road and both we and the village were on it, somehow we managed to miss it. We knew Hope existed, but we didn't see it, we didn't experience it. One of the things the Bible is full of is hope. As for me, the psalmist declares, I will always have hope. Elsewhere, Jeremiah tells us that God promises a future filled with hope. Of course, life at times can feel overwhelming, with a little more sadness than joy, a little more grief than hope. Hope isn't always easy to see, find or feel. And yet the Bible seems to suggest that just like the proverbial tree that falls in the wood with no one around to hear it, hope remains and persists. During the pandemic, a group of writers produced a wonderful online resource called The Book of Hopes, with words and pictures intended to comfort, inspire and entertain children in lockdown. It's now a lovely book with lots of things to reflect on, but in the section entitled Hope in Unexpected Places, there's a poem written by Anthony Horowitz. So if you're feeling uninspired, sleeping badly, waking tired, if everything is going wrong, the day feels dark, the night too long, remember all the people who have found the following is true. It's so much easier to cope if you decide to live in hope. My prayer is that this week, regardless of circumstance or challenge, we might each decide to live in hope.